And always we must look to have the drone tuning here at this part. We must never have the drone tuning down there. If your drones are tuning there, there's something far wrong with them, then you need to raise the pitch of the reed so that you can compensate by extending the drone and therefore flattening the pitch of the drone. So in this one, if I was tuning down here, for example, and I wanted to sharpen the reed up, I would reduce the length of the reed, and to get the same tone I would have to move this up. You hear how I did that? The important thing about the bass drone is that it's very well set up, giving you a full sound, all the harmonics, very deep bass tone, but without taking too much air. That's the secret of a good bass drone. Here's how it sounds with a synthetic reed in this drone, and here's how it should sound. And I think you can hear from that quite a full sound that's coming from that reed and from this drone. Now, the thing to watch here is that the top section must always be either on or above the hemp. It must never be down there. That will make the drone very difficult to strike in and also prone to unsteadiness. And again, we wouldn't be using the tone chamber of the top section. It can be fixed pretty firmly up here. It doesn't need to move. You don't use this part for tuning. You set it in position. This is the part you use for tuning. And this part of the drone, the bass drone, a couple of fingers from the projecting mount, and you've got that about right. For the moving part, the tuning part of the drone pins, I like to use this tape here, plumber's tape. It simply wraps round the hemp, on top of the hemp, and gives you a nice good seal. And the beauty of it is it gives you a thread. And what happens then is that when you turn the joint one way it goes up and the other way it goes down, and that should help your tuning so that you know if you're turning away from your body, the drone is going up and flattening off, you're lengthening it, and bringing it towards you brings it down. So that's a handy tip, but it's not vital. You can still tune them perfectly adequately using waxed hemp on these joints if that's what you want to do. Now, as I said earlier, you should always check your drones before you buy your pipes. Make sure the bores are clean, straight, and no burrs on them from the wood. When you play, inevitably they will get wet, and if you play for a long time, in particular in a cold room, it might ultimately stop your pipes. You should always have some brushes with you to dry and clean the drones out. That thinner brush for the bottom joints and a bigger brush for the top. You can also use a pull through to dry out the pipes. Just thread down the weighted piece of string and there you go. Despite the noise, it works quite effectively.